prime time on the top game, it's a fine line. Man in the match, that's Daveye, he's the main guy, keep a close eye. Make sure you don't make no wrong play, cause I'm with Jose and Andre. When Cyrus comes to walk in, you better know that you are watching Premier League. Daveye, tell them what time we on, what time we on. Prime time, let me hear you say Premier League. Daveye, tell them what time we on, what time we on. Prime time.
Hello and welcome to Premier League Primetime. Manchester City 1, Manchester United 2. Manchester is red, and I have this man. He's back on the channel. It's been a long time coming. Not only do I have the man, the myth, the legend himself, Traps, but of course the man who's in and around behind me right now. I mean, that'll actually be my opening question. I mean, are we living in Marcus Rashford world currently at the moment?
Are we living in Marcus Rashford world right now? Basically, what's happened is that Ten Hag has found a switch, because Rashford's got switches on the back of his, I think it's on his back or something, and he just switched him into Mbappe mode right now, with a twist of Rooney right now. So Rashford's loving life. We're loving life. City in the mud. Pep playing mind games. Eric Ten Hag not listening. But this is not new to me. Davey. It's not new to me. I told everybody. I mean, it was a bold statement. I said it maybe 3 months ago. I said, I'm not writing this season off. I'm saying Ten Hag didn't ask for no time. Everyone's saying, give him time. Ten Hag didn't ask no one for any time. He never said, give me time. If you look at what the situations, what the managers said, first things first, when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer left, he said they'll be fine. And he genuinely meant that. He said these boys will be fine. Then when Rangnick came in, Rangnick said, "This is going to be. The team needs open heart surgery." But he said it's not going to take 2 years. You identify the problems, you fix them, and you sort them out. Now, when he left, he had I heard, he had a 2-hour conversation with Ten Hag on the phone before he left or something. So he's obviously told him the do's and don'ts, who does what and who doesn't what. So Ten Hag's got the heads up when he came in. Ten Hag said he admires City, admires Liverpool, but all eras come to an end. And then you had Pep the other day saying, Man United are back. Everyone said, oh, Pep's trolling, Pep's playing mind games. Pep's not trolling, Pep's not playing mind games. All these things have now come into play. Now, last season, everyone was saying, United should be doing better. United has spent all this money. You've got Varane. You've got this one. You look at your team. You're Man United. Now it's this season. They're saying, oh, yeah, but obviously it's not going to last. No. How about this? How about everything that I said has come into fruition? Yeah. How about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer saying that these boys are going to be fine? They are going to be fine. How about Rangnick saying that you identify the problems and you sort them out, and it's not going to take 2 years? Yeah. How about that's the truth? How about the errors do come to an end? How about the error is coming to an end? Ten Hag's beat Liverpool this season. He's beat Man City. So how about they are coming to an end? Yeah. How about Pep's right? United are back. Rashford, amazing. Rashford, I've always believed in Rashford. I've always said Rashford is a top player. He's just got a consistency problem. And he's been consistently consistent this season. I mean, what's he got? Eight? Is it 8 in 8 at Old Trafford? And it's like something like 10 goal involvements in 8 games.
I think it was 8 goal involvements in the last 9 at Old Trafford for Marcus Rashford right now. He's a man who's 100%. He's rejuvenated himself. He's found himself again. He's loving life at Old Trafford again. And you can just tell. You can tell by his body language, his attitude. He doesn't look like he wants to be anywhere else but playing in front of the Theatre of Dreams.
Yeah. I mean, you've got players like, my guy already. You know my guy already. Yeah, my guy already. Yeah, Eriksen on a free. Yeah. This guy, second in the league, most assists in the league. I told him, where are you getting 15 assists for free? Where are you getting that? You ain't getting that nowhere else but Christian Eriksen right now. That was a bargain. Casemiro's came in. I mean, I'm not going to lie. When Casemiro first came in, I didn't believe he was going to come. That's what I didn't get excited about it. I didn't believe he was going to come,
You know what?
and
And I'll second you on that one. When I saw the
I
rumor,
thought to myself, "There's no way." I said, "No way." Just after winning the Champions League, is he going to just jump out of Real Madrid and come to United when United are in a bit of a pickle? They need a couple of years or a year or two to sort themselves out. He came. Apparently, he was so eager to come. He messaged somebody and said, "Tell the boss I'll fix this." When the Brentford game we lost 4-0, he said, "Tell the boss I'll fix this. Don't worry." So yeah, I mean, this is what I'm trying to say. The players we have elite players in our team. The spine is amazing. People writ off DDG a few seasons ago. Even last season when I was saying, it was like, David De Gea can't play out from the back. I said, we don't know if De Gea can play out from the back because we've never seen him do it. So it's a skill. And he at first he was a bit shaky, but now De Gea's comfortable. I'm seeing him spraying balls. I'm seeing putting balls into people's feet. I'm happy with him. The spine is great. We've got Varane.
and let me stop right there. Rafael Varane. You look at him this game. I mean, Haaland didn't have a sniff in on goal. Rafael Varane was absolutely immense today. He marshaled everything well. It looks like we're looking at the Varane of old.
Yeah, I told you this Haaland Inshallah program, they've got going over at Manchester City is not going to work out this season because this is what I was saying. I was saying this a few weeks ago. I was saying, look, I even said it to MCFC Daps, big up Daps. But I said to Daps, I said, listen, City the other day when they beat Chelsea 4-0, they look more comfortable with Haaland on the bench. So I said, is it effectively that you play better with Haaland and Haaland is effectively stat padding? And Harman came out today and said, even if Haaland scores 40 goals this season, City play better without him. So, I mean, they've stuffed themselves there because they didn't need, like I said, false nine was their thing. They was better off going for a João Felix or 100%. Or a big nine, has cost them, I think, this 100%. Season.
Like it's cost them this season. Sergio Aguero, like when you looked at Sergio Aguero, he wasn't just your
he wasn't a big number 9, He wasn't a big 9. But I mean, even with the situation like I mean, to be honest with you, Manchester United fans have been really getting on my nerves recently because the whole Gakpo situation, I'm seeing the fans going into meltdown over Gakpo. And I was like, Gakpo is Rashford, from B-Tech Rashford. Yeah, that's what he is, right? We don't need that. We need a 9. And then when we signed Weghorst, everyone was like, oh, Weghorst. But then obviously his stats come out, and then you started to see what Ten Hag was actually doing. But for me, I was here for that transfer. Like, you have to remember, United are cooking. They haven't got Sancho. Sancho's not up to speed yet. I said, even yesterday, I said, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, I said, he will have an outstanding game. And he had an outstanding game getting forward.
I've been saying that since last season about Wan-Bissaka. I've been saying that since last season.
We have got 2 solid right backs now. Yeah, we don't even need to buy another right back. We've got 2 solid right backs. Aaron Wan-Bissaka just needed a bit of coach. A lot of these boys haven't had proper coaching for years. Now they're getting a proper coach behind them.
I'd say since Louis Van Gaal. I'd say since Van Gaal days. It's been a long time.
I'm just impressed with everything. I mean, like I said, Ten Hag has my vote of confidence. He's came in. He dealt with the Ronaldo situation very well.
Perfectly.
Got rid of Ronaldo. He's not got into any rivalries with anyone. He just came in, done his thing, implemented his tactics, managed the squad. He's got everybody playing. Like the other day, Bournemouth, most hated back line in Britain. Yeah, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire, Luke Shaw, most hated back line in Britain. Yeah, clean sheet, 3-0 job done. There's nothing. There's nothing. Yeah. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of this is why I said the United fans are getting on my nerves. I'm seeing a lot of things. People are getting onto Anthony right now, saying, "Oh, he's not performing or whatnot." Anthony's just came in. Like everyone else gets a season at least.
I recall you had called Anthony a TikTok baller when we were first linked with him.
I called him a TikTok baller because I've never seen Anthony play. All I've ever seen Anthony is spinning around on the ball on TikTok. So I hadn't seen him play. So like I can't give you an opinion on someone I haven't given. But he's got some important goals. He's not at his best, but this is my point. We've still got Anthony to get back to his best. We've still got Sancho to come back. We don't know what Sancho's going to be like. We've got Wout Weghorst now. That's going to add another dimension to the attack.
Definitely.
And then
totally
and even the other day, he brought on Pellistri, and Pellistri had a great game. So we have got a devastating attack here that has been wasted for years and years and years, under Oli. Not to say, like I said, I would never disrespect Oli because Oli had no experience and done what he could do, and for him to finish with losing the same amount of games as City, and it was just the draws that killed him. I got to give him my respect because a lot of people wouldn't have got that far. So, but right now, Ten Hag is cooking. That's it. Ten Hag is cooking, and today's menu was Pep Guardiola, and everyone loved it.
I know this doesn't necessarily have to necessarily do with this game, but of course, one of the classic trapisms. We saw Liverpool. They went away to a certain Brighton Munich.
Brighton Munich.
And any thoughts on that?
Well, Danny Welbeck scored and done the Rashford celebration. Happy with that. But, I mean, I'm not concerned with Liverpool right now. Like I said, the whole Gakpo situation, like, I didn't want him at my club. I thought it was a waste of money. And, Liverpool have gone in. They've got him, and it hasn't improved. They've got even worse. They've just lost 3. But this is when I was analyzing the situations of the games that we lost. And if you think about it, I said Man City game. How did we lose the Man City game? Varane went off when we could see the second goal. That was the big moment. That was the big moment.
The midfield was an issue as well.
Yeah, but that was the big moment of the game. Yeah, when Varane went off and they scored the second goal, that killed the game. When we lost to Brighton are one of the hardest teams to break down in the Premier League, whether people want to admit it or not. First game of the season, and the thing is, it was 2-1, and we had our chances to win the game. Ronaldo squared one. I think it was Bruno or Rashford maybe, and Rashford missed. Yeah, so that game, I took that game with a pinch of salt. Brentford, they stunned us. Yeah, we were trying to play out from the back. It was all new to everybody, and they stunned us. Right. So, but again, Brentford is one of the hardest teams to play against in the Premier League. They've gone to the Etihad and got a result. So, I mean,
they've beaten Liverpool as well.
They've beaten Liverpool as well. So for me, those two, I'll take with a pinch of salt. The City and the City game, the Aston Villa game, we didn't need to lose that game. However, I genuinely believe there's no coincidence. Do you think there's a coincidence, right? That we're losing that game 3-1, Ronaldo's last game as the captain. I believe that was the game that Ten Hag hanged Ronaldo out to dry and said, "Listen, we're gonna play with you, and the world is going to see that you cannot compete in this league anymore." And that was it.
100%. And but refocusing our attention to this game, right? That's just unfolded before it's now Manchester United a single point behind Manchester City now, securing our place in third. I think we still have a game in hand. Yeah, we do against Palace. But just looking at things,
no, I don't think we've got a game in hand. I think we played today, so we played Wednesday. That was our game in hand because Newcastle haven't played, and Arsenal now have a game in hand because they play Spurs tomorrow.
I'll actually be hoping Tottenham actually win that game. But again, refocusing our attention to this game in regards to just players that we haven't mentioned already. Are there any other players that you looked at this game and you thought, wow, what a performance? Standout players for you?
Fred.
Pastor Fred is he's come back. He's back again. Pastor Fred
is back. And I mean, like I said, I've said it many times, Fred is a scapegoat. I don't feel that Fred is good enough to be starting week in, week out for United. But when he's had his opportunities, he's came on, and he's performed well for games now. I mean, he was one. David De Gea didn't really have much to do today. He didn't have much to
I
do
know.
today. I mean, I'd give if I had to give David Hayer a score, I'd have to give him a 6 because he had nothing to do.
Yeah. Other than pick the ball at the back of the net for Grealish's
But,
goal, and that's kind of it.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking about. Do you know what though? Yeah, when I said yesterday City will score first, I thought to myself, how dare you lot think you lot are going to win this game 1-0 with Jack Grealish, stinky Jack Grealish
Exactly.
with the winner?
Oh
No
my
chance.
God.
You got
That is
no
so
chance.
fitting.
You got no chance. Because you know what was going to say? They're going
No.
to say, oh, the 100 mil now. Look at Jack Grealish. What are you going to say about Jack Grealish now? No, you're not getting the winner with that guy. That guy stinks. But
Right.
obviously, I mean, it was controversial. The offside was controversial. However,
Definitely.
I'm not
Thoughts on
I'm
that,
not gonna
actually.
I'm not gonna have any sympathy for City because when Rodri's winning leagues with handballs, it's all fun in games then. So whatever. If it works for us, it works for us. There'll be
100%.
days when it doesn't work for us.
I couldn't have said that better myself. When I looked at Fred today, he reminded me in a sense when in that it was back in like 2016. We played Chelsea at home, and Jose Mourinho went to under her and he said, "Man, Mark Eden Hazard."
Yeah.
He stuck with Hazard the whole game. Ten Dogs must have said, "Fred, just babysit De Bruyne for the game."
I mean,
And
I don't even think I wouldn't even say that it was that kind of what Hazard what happened to Hazard. I wouldn't even say that happened to De Bruyne. I just think
oh,
Fred.
less so.
I just think Fred was told this is where De Bruyne likes to occupy the space. This is the space that he likes to be in. Make that space your space, and that's what he did. That's what he did. I think De Bruyne must have beat him maybe once, like once that game, locked him up. He had De Bruyne in a headlock, and even yesterday when I was saying, look, when they was doing the combined 11 and they were saying, oh, I said no, Man City centre backs are getting in my team. Luke Shaw gets in the centre back and left back before any of them. Casemiro gets in there over Rodri. I said the only thing that you can say is realistically, the only at this present moment in time, if I'm looking at my team with Eriksen, Casemiro, Bruno, because Bruno's created the most chance in the Premier League. Rashford's unplayable at the
But if you
minute.
think about it, Bruno's created. I think he had one of the highest statistics for chances created last year. But I think the problem with Bruno Fernandes is that he constantly gets the ball or would get the ball and would just more or less just play long balls forward, and that's he suited Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's style of play. You were saying earlier, when we would play counter-attacking football, we would just send the ball long, and Daniel James would just go meet down the right hand side.
You see now, yeah, you see with the obviously Eriksen's the man with the assists nowadays. But what you're going to see now, yeah, is when we play with Weghorst, yeah, that's when you're going to see Bruno start getting assists. That's when you're going to see Bruno get assists because Bruno loves that long ball over the top. Yeah, Eriksen loves the on the ground, the through ball.
He makes the difficult things look so easy.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, it's a good day for if you're a United fan, if you're a City fan, you're in the mud. Hopefully, Spurs batter Arsenal. We beat because
Harry Kane is probably going to score a penalty tomorrow, most likely.
I mean,
He was score a penalty against Arsenal always at some point.
Yeah,
at least twice.
Yeah, I mean, Spurs are stinky right now, but
yeah,
the derby form goes out the window, and it is what it is, man. But hopefully, they get a result tomorrow. Because if they get a result tomorrow, we beat Palace. We're 3 points behind, and with 3 points behind, effectively going there like this is a big,
I'm not trying to
game.
get too gassed. I'm not trying to get too gassed. It was a brilliant.
It's a big game. It's a massive
huge
game.
But we never win at the Emirates, so that's the problem. We never win at the Emirates ever.
Yeah, but we never win at the Emirates. But it's not that we never win at the Emirates since of lately. But I'm telling you now, Arsenal are going to have to come out and play. Do you know, this is what suits the way this game's set up, it suits us fine because Arsenal have to come out and play for the points. Remember, we are third. A draw for us is decent. Yeah, because we haven't won there in years. Arsenal have to get that 3 points, and that will suit us fine because they'll have to come out and play and just get it. If they get our break is devastating right now. Alejandro Garnacho, yeah.
That's another player I wanted to get your thoughts on about. I mean, I mean, what do you think the ceiling for this kid, for this young kid is? I mean, how much potential do you think Alejandro Garnacho has
I
in his
think he's
ball?
got bags of potential, but I tell you something, yeah. Our young players, yeah, in him, Palistri, and Ahmad, yeah, when he gets back next season. If we, especially, I genuinely believe, hand on heart, we're going to win the Premier League. I believe that.
Do you think Manchester are going to win the Premier League this year?
I've been saying it for 3 months. For 3 months. And do you know what? I said it. We must have been about, I think it was about 6 when I said it. And I said, the way things are going, I said, look, we haven't lost a game. If you not noticed that, we haven't lost a game at Old Trafford since the first day of the season. We haven't lost a game. So now, for me, don't players, teams, whereas last season, teams would come and think, United are in the mud, let's have a go. You come and have a go at Old Trafford, you're going to get beat. Yeah. So, I mean, could we go? Could we go? These are the things that makes me laugh. It could we go this season unbeaten at home, or not unbeaten at home, but the rest of the season unbeaten at home? Well, we went unbeaten away for a whole season. This is a team that was unbeaten on the road all season for over a season. So there's a lot of potential in this team. This team was massively underachieving, and now that it's achieving, nobody wants to admit it. United are back without Weghorst. Weghorst on fire. Your defense is terrified. Weghorst on fire. Yeah.
One last thing I did want to ask you about, and of course we've seen it before, but it's happened yet again. I think Shalberto Carlos of 2021. I think the Shalberto Carlos of 2020 to 2023 is it's reached almost new levels. So you'd have to say. I mean, he's playing center back. I mean, Harry Maguire is behind Luke Shaw in the pecking order, and he's playing as a center back and a back two. And Haaland was nowhere to be seen. De Bruyne nowhere to be seen.
I told you that the Haaland Inshallah program has been suspended until further notice. Because you know what made me laugh as well, right? Everyone was like, "Oh my God, Haaland's gonna go and break the record, bruv." These records, Suarez, Ronaldo, these guys were not monks. To score 34, 35 goals in the Premier League, I know he's only got to score 10 or 11, which is easily doable in a city side. But regardless of what, right now Haaland looks like he's been found out. Haaland actually looks like he's been found out. And to be honest with you, like Harman said, if he scores 40 goals and City don't win anything, then what was the point of having him? What was the point of having him?
When I look at the Haaland thing, it's almost as if like we last season, like when we looked at Ronaldo, right? The whole conundrum is Manchester better with Ronaldo, without Ronaldo. Oh, he's their leading goal scorer. He's carrying them in getting those goals for Manchester United. But then you look at this season and you take him out of the side and you play with a Rashford or Martial through the middle, and you have your wide players of Antony and Jadon Sancho, or you could even put flipping Bruno out wide like they did today. Have Mr. Eriksen on a free in the middle, supplying them, and it just looks a whole lot more dynamic. And do you think
Ronaldo?
City?
I said when Ronaldo came, I said Ronaldo is detrimental to the progress of this team. Everyone thought I was crazy. I said, listen, Ronaldo is detrimental to the progress of this team. However, I will allow it because we cannot allow him to join City. That was the only reason why if Ronaldo was going to abroad or anywhere other league, I wouldn't have cared. But he cannot come. In my opinion, he couldn't have come to this league and joined Man City. That would have been a disaster. However, yeah, Ronaldo's gone now. We don't care about Ronaldo because, like I said, Ronaldo don't care about us.
As Henok said, the past is the past.
We move on. Ronaldo, like I said, Ronaldo let Piers Morgan ruin his career, and we move.
100%. Next week, yes, we know we have Crystal Palace next week, right? But Arsenal next. Next week, going to be a tough game, a very tough game. Arsenal are flying the season, regardless of the banter and whatnot. They are flying the season. They have been the best team in the league for the majority of the season, regardless of how good we've been, how much improvement we've been. Newcastle, Manchester City are still City and whatnot. They've been flying the season. What do we need to do now? Looking at what we've done in this game, what could happen against Palace, probably some rotation and whatnot. What do we need to do now to prepare for that Arsenal game? Do you think any changes should be made, or do you think this is the team that Ten Hag should go for?
I think that obviously we need to be, because you know what, like, we've got this Palace game. They put it in there. Arsenal got a whole week's rest. What we need to do is we need to wrap up Crystal Palace first 30 minutes, put the game beyond them in the first 30 minutes, then maybe bring on a couple of defenders in, Martinez if he doesn't start, and a Lindelof or a Maguire, and just see the game out. Don't overdo it. Eriksen off after an hour, Bruno off after an hour, Rashford off.
I'd bubble wrap Rashford like that.
Just try and keep the legs fresh. But right now we don't need to do anything. If we go to the Emirates and play our game at the level that we're playing at the minute, we have got no problems in dispatching Arsenal. We'll beat Arsenal. I mean, to be honest with you, even a draw, it wouldn't bother me, because the draw puts so much pressure on Arsenal. So, because I mean, like I said, if they put it, even if City do win or Newcastle, the pressure's high. And Arsenal, I looked at Arsenal the other night. I know they got Smith Rowe coming back, Jesus coming back, but that bench is horrible, man. They've got no depth, and if they get another injury, if they get an injury to a Partey or anyone in the centre backs or an Odegaard, God forbid, but if they do, they're in massive problems, man. And then they're trying to get this Mudryk guy, and I'm hearing that Chelsea are trying to hijack it for 100 mil.
Chelsea and
Arsenal don't want to pay that 100 mil.
Everyone.
Arsenal want to pay that. Arsenal want to pay that 100 mil right now. So, I don't know what they're going to do, man. But I don't think Mudryk's the answer. I don't think Mudryk's going to win the Premier League. I think Arsenal are not really waking up and seeing what they need to do, because we've all seen it happen. We've seen Diaz come and Liverpool fight their way back into a title race. We see us top of the league. We've seen what Casemiro's done. Oli needed a DM. He should have got a DM in January when he was top of the league. He maybe would have won the league. And now you're seeing Arsenal, if one injury away from not even. I mean, I expect them to qualify for the Champions League, but listen, this is Arsenal Football Club we're talking about here. They have done. I expect them to qualify for the Champions League last season, and look what happened. So it's the same team as last season, plus Jesus and Zinchenko. Zinchenko, I don't rate at all. Yeah,
I think Zinchenko is a good player. I don't rate him.
I don't rate him at all. I don't think that his injury record is great. He's always injured. I don't think he.
Are you talking about Tierney or Zinchenko? Surely Tierney.
Both of them. Both of them. Like between their injury records between the pair of them are a disgrace. I mean, I get it. You can't control your injuries and that, but I wouldn't say Zinchenko adds anything to their team, because he's going to spend a lot of time on the sidelines, which he already has done. So, but Jesus, it's the same team as plus Jesus. Jesus has been out injured for the last few days, but they've coped well. But I just think Arsenal didn't get it over the line last season. So what makes you think they're going to get over the line this season? This is a bigger season than it is last season, and serious questions need to get asked. And I was saying this: if Ten Hag wins a major trophy, i.e., a Europa League or a Premier League,
well, we do face Barcelona in the first round of the round of 32.
Yeah.
Well, we have a chance to win the trophy.
If we win the Europa League, if we win the Europa League or the league, then serious conversation needs to get had. I think Arteta should lose his job, because you're gonna have 4. It's gonna be year 4 now. You finished eighth, and you was top of the league halfway through and you bottled it and you spent 400 million. So, I mean, like I said, I feel like we've got the best up-and-coming manager in Europe. I know he's not young, but he's still, his journey in football is still on his trajectory.
He's
You know
got
what I mean?
that
So
Pep Guardiola DNA as well. He has got the Pep Guardiola
yeah,
DNA.
don't give Pep Guardiola that accolade of
Well,
being.
no, that was like the justification from when Arteta originally came in. He knows the club and has years of Pep Guardiola. But listen, Traps. But before we end the fan cam, for me, who is your biggest standout player for Manchester United today? Who'd be your man of the match?
Man of the match is Bruno Fernandes. And I got it on the app. Bruno Fernandes would score first. I said Bruno Fernandes. I said everyone has been slating Bruno Fernandes. Oh, he doesn't show up in big games. Oh, when was the last time he showed up in a derby? I said Bruno is going to show up today and let people know he all these things that he's doing behind the scenes are going unnoticed. If Bruno don't score, then everyone thinks Bruno played rubbish. But Bruno today just went about his business, didn't let the occasion get the better of him, done his job, led the boys to victory. And for me, Bruno had a great game.
100%. Well, there you have it. That is your Traps fan cam. Manchester United 2, Manchester City 1. You've heard it. Manchester is red. Let us know in the comments down below. What do you think of what Traps has had to say? We'll speak to you in a bit. Thank you so much for your time watching this, and let us know in the comments down below what are your thoughts on the topics that have been in store in this feature of Premier League Primetime in the comments down below. Smash like on the video and subscribe to the channel, and be sure to check out our other platforms on Instagram, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts, and wherever you are watching this in the world. We hope you have an absolutely fantastic day / evening.